life.
So if I asked you right now, as we are talking, do you want to keep this baby?
Who will raise it?
Do you want to keep this baby? No, look at me. Do you want to keep this baby?
That's a hard question. Cause
without a doubt, abortion is a hot issue across the world, and Kenya is no exception. Over the last few weeks, this has been a conversation that has dominated the airwaves, headlines as well. So tonight, we want to put this issue into perspectives. My guests will be sharing their experiences with us on this show. I have with me Esther Wanjiro. Esther is 23 years old. She's 2 months pregnant, and for her, she has not yet made up her mind whether she'll procure an abortion or whether she will keep the child. Let's meet Esther. Esther, welcome to the show.
okay.
So you know, for you right now, you're at a crossroad.
Yeah.
You're 2 months pregnant. So maybe tell me, is the father of the child in the picture?
No.
So when you told him you're pregnant, he abandoned you.
Yeah.
And do your parents, do your family know you're pregnant?
They can't.
They can't know you're pregnant.
Yeah.
And coming here today, what's on your mind?
I'm 23. I don't have a stable job. I'm still searching. I'm the last born of 3 girls, and my sisters, they're educated, yes, but me, being the last born, and my mom and my dad, they're still looking like I'm their baby. So I should be taking life slowly and looking up to my sisters. But now I'm pregnant with a guy, just a guy who doesn't care, whether he doesn't care. It was the fun of it. I go party, I go have fun, we go drink, we get wasted, we have sex, then life continues.
So he wasn't even a boyfriend. It was just friends with benefits.
Yeah, let's call him that. I always use B2, but I guess in Ilam, China, they're the fake ones. So when I used it, my periods are not regular. So they come, they go, they come and go. So I was used to it. But now, last month ago, I was like, no, it wasn't normal.
So you're feeling all the period symptoms, but there's no period.
There is nothing that is coming. 1 month, the second month is here. So I tell him, I think I'm pregnant. He was like, let's go check. So we went with him. He's just an ordinary PS person. So his job is not even well stable. He doesn't feed himself. So he was like, let's go. But in the midst of it, he was like, no. Is it mine? Are you sure if you're pregnant, it's mine? Because in his mind, I was also not a stable person. Like, I'm so free with everyone. So he was like, are you sure that baby is mine if it is? So I'm like, yeah, I'm the only, you are the one who I sleep with all the time. It's like, okay, let's go. We went to a clinic, we checked. Then the pregnancy test, I was pregnant. He did not believe it. I even did not believe it myself. So I am like, are you keeping this thing? To me, it's a thing, because no, I can't keep it. Totally, I can't keep it. How will I tell my mom? How will I tell my dad? I'm his favorite. How will I start explaining to him like his baby is pregnant and stuff? That day, I remember, I drank. I did not cry. I got wasted.
So knowing you're pregnant, you got wasted.
I got wasted, because I was like, it was all a dream. In the morning, I would wake up and everything will be okay. I will be the normal kind of girl, walking around, hustling and doing her stuff. But now, even the drinks did not clear my thoughts. In the guilt of it, like how can you?
Because you woke up hangover and still pregnant.
It didn't change nothing. So a month went by. I told my sister. There is a sister I live with. I told her. And she was like, you can keep it. At the mom and dad are alone, you can keep the child, they will raise it. But now that burden of giving my child to someone, or this child, no, I don't see the thought of even raising it. How will I, like me and my sister, we're not even stable. We still started life. Yeah, I'm 23, but it's not such a good life.
So if I asked you right now, as we're talking, do you want to keep this baby?
Who will raise it?
Do you want to keep this baby? No, look at me. Do you want to keep this baby?
That's a hard question. Because I can keep it, but I don't even have the source to keep myself. So when a baby comes, who will raise it?
So
If
for
I
you,
don't
it's
have-
purely financial. You want to believe that you can take care of this child.
Yeah, if I'm financially stable, I can.
Okay. So for the next few minutes, I want to introduce a couple of people, and they're going to talk to you. And I'm hoping that by the end of this show, you leave here knowing firmly what you must do. So right now, I want to introduce Faith Kimani. She runs a support group where she supports women who have gone through abortions. So Faith, welcome to Real Talk.
Thank you.
Faith, as somebody who deals with women who have gone through abortion and looking at Esther, what would you say to her?
Esther, so it's obvious that you're in a crisis. It's a crisis pregnancy. You didn't plan for it. And you're definitely scared and you're overwhelmed. But if you look around you, you'll find that you also have some strength. You just need to talk with somebody, a counselor, and they're available at our organization. And we'll be able to find the strengths that you have at this time. For example, you've talked about your sister, who is already encouraging you to keep the baby. That already is a strength, because she'll be there to support you. And let me say that when you overcome any crisis in life, you always come out better on the other side. And you don't solve a crisis by creating another one. Abortion will not solve anything. As it is, the baby is already here. So it means that you're already a mom, which is a good thing. It's not a bad thing. If you have an abortion, then the only difference is that your baby is now dead, but it doesn't change the fact that you already got pregnant. And so we need to move on from that, what already happened, and make the right choices from this point. Let's not continue to make the wrong decisions from this point, but let us see how we can support you, how we can encourage you, how we can be there for you to help you make the right choices. And there are a lot of ladies who think perhaps their parents will not support them. And some of them, once they talk to their parents, especially the moms, they end up loving those children so much. It happens, I'm sure you've seen it. They end up even wanting to take care of those children. So you don't have to feel like, it's the end of the world. It's just, the beginning of something else.
Okay. Next, I want to introduce Dr. Shege Mwangi. So as an OBGYN, perhaps maybe just put into perspective for us, what are the effects of abortion on a woman's body?
Some of the effects, not really just physical, even emotional, that like we have had. But now when we come to the physical side, we have had mothers or women who did it when they're in college, early college, 16, 17 years. But they now come at 35 or 36 years because of infertility, because of something that happened during the abortion time. So some have even lost their uteruses. And now it becomes quite hard dealing with life. They still remember what happened. So infertility is one of them.
So it's a risk because unlike Martha, there are women who after an abortion, they don't get the privilege of getting pregnant a second, third, or fourth time.
Yeah. Well, I remember one patient came with something that was hanging out. She had been told that while she was doing the abortion, that this cord of the baby is too long. So go home, we hope it will come out tomorrow. But where she was to go, it was a bit far, so she got a lot of pain. She came to our hospital. And when we checked, it was actually the intestine that was coming out.
Her own intestine?
Her own intestine. That means somebody perforated the uterus, went into the intestine and pulled. Eventually she lost the uterus. The intestine had to be cut. She had to get a pathway for the stool. The age of 22 decisions. That's the time still our mind is still maturing, responsibility, maturity is coming up. So we are also not very mature, though we are saying we have an ID card at 18, 20. Our mothers, our parents, they may be very harsh. But when the reality comes that, okay, our daughter is pregnant, they start thinking, okay, she's pregnant. And after you give birth, they'll tell you, go go to your work, go get work, that baby may not even be given later to go and get married somewhere else with the baby. They may tell you, leave this baby here. So physically, emotionally, and economically, it is expensive.
We have Huntington here with us. So Huntington Wali is from Tunza Maisha. He deals with a lot of youth who are undergoing crisis pregnancies, and he offers support. Now, you deal a lot with young girls from informal settlements. So obviously, for you, you've seen the worst of it. Huh?
Yeah.
Mwana msichana pale pengine ana mimba na anatoka pali hawana chochote.
Yeah.
So if you look at this beautiful girl, she might think she doesn't have anything, huh? But she has a lot going for her. What could you tell her, Huntington?
First of all, I want to tell Esther that I congratulate her, first of all, because she came in at the right point. Before she came to a time where she could enter into a situation where she could be regretting later. So that's a very good stage at which you came in. You're getting all this information. You are now informed. Most of the ladies who sat there, they said they were naive. But now, you have been informed. You can now make an informed decision. And most of the young ladies who end up aborting, most of the time, I've come to learn, they do not know, but it's because of selfish. Because they think more about themselves and their self-image in the eyes of people, not much more thinking about the baby they are carrying. And mostly, culture also has really interfered, because most of the time you find the word that you've been using, the thing in the womb. I've been telling young ladies, when you, like us in Africa, I want to tell us that when somebody asks you, how old are you? You need to add the 9 months you were in the womb to your age. This will begin to change our thinking in our society. People will begin to know that the moment you were conceived in your mother's womb, you became somebody. And you always need to retract and think, if my mother was in a situation like I am in right now and decided to abort me, where would I be? If you think like that, you will make up an informed decision. I have met many young girls who are coming from very, very poor backgrounds. She doesn't have anywhere to go to. Parents even, not that parents will not accept her, even if they do not have the ability to support her. But most of them, when we talk to them and they hear the counsel and they make a decision, I want to tell you there are many, many sources of resources, and people are willing. When they hear that our life was going to be lost, they are ready to say, I am here to make sure that child lives.
Remember, you can join the conversation via our handles on Facebook, on Twitter, and on Instagram, #RealTalkWithTamima. Let me know your views and comments on tonight's topic. But right now, it's time for a quick break. Don't go too far.